Don't be so emotional. I'm going to refer to the book a little bit when I talk about these to make sure we stay on track, because I know that with some of the other videos, I went off track and didn't really follow exactly what I was writing. The emotional section is this little section at the top, and you'll see it below, but what it is, so there's literally just these smiley faces that I have at the top of the planner, but even though they're just there to sort of judge how you're feeling for the day or whenever you want to fill it in, I just wanted to talk about emotions a little bit. And in the book, I've mentioned that there is an emotional wheel, there's emotional scales, there's even a vibrational chart, and they are included in the book, and I will put them below as well so that you can see the difference, because we know what an emotion is. Like if you said, what is an emotion? We know how to feel an emotion. We can tell you that in this moment I am feeling like this, and that can be based on what knowledge we have about what we are feeling and how it feels within our body. Manifesting 101 does try to teach you that whatever emotion you're in order to try and raise your frequency or lift your vibration, is to try and get to a higher feeling emotion. Now, that's all well and good, but sometimes when you're feeling sad, you just can't sort of shift it up and go, okay, I'm just going to feel better now. And it's really important still for us to honor what we're feeling in the moment, still being aware that, yes, we probably should try and get a high feeling emotion, but if we can't, it's okay. And the reason why I'm putting these scales and charts in here is to show you different perspectives of what people believe, where our emotions sit on different scales, there were a few things that was really quite interesting to me. Now I'm just going to read this part to you. As someone who has sat in a pool of tears for days on end, not being able to get out of it, I know how bad sometimes your emotions can feel. Awareness is one of the best tools you can use, and acceptance. Be aware of how you were feeling, what people, places, or thoughts are triggering you. Are there certain songs that are making something feel too painful, even making you extremely angry? Do you have some trauma? Have you been through that may need some professional help? Either way, being aware will allow you to see where you are in and out of different emotions. They can change throughout the day from moment to moment, and once you see them, start accepting them, because we know that emotions are attached to a belief. Remember, the experience gives us feeling, which determines the emotion, which creates a belief, which creates a story. Even with our varied emotions and having an awareness and acceptance, we can still choose what we want to feel. I was so sick of being sad that I had to find another way to live. Sure, I have a valid excuse. My husband died. So if I want to be sad forever, then I can, because it's valid, right? I was in the mindset of, well, I have no best friend. I have no more future. My kids don't have their dad. Sure, my husband died. It's valid sadness, but he's not here and I am. Do I want to spend my life in sadness? No. Do I still miss him? Of course. It doesn't mean I have to be sad all the time to prove that I miss him. I can be happy and I can still miss him. And basically the rest of what I've written in here is truly about allowing your emotions to come through and not giving them the power to take over. There's different levels of the way that you will feel different things based on, a whole array of experiences or things that you are dealing with in your life right now. But witnessing when you are feeling something, allowing them to be felt is pretty powerful, because many times we get taught to stuff down your emotions. Oh, stop feeling that, stop feeling that. But when we can allow them to come in and to be seen and to be accepted exactly as they are and what they are, you get to have this whole new level of trust in yourself and create a space that allows these emotions to come through. And depending on what tool you want to use or how you deal with your own emotions will will really determine on how that's going to feel for you and how that's going to work for you when they come up, when you're trying to be in a more positive or a more powerful or a more higher vibrational state. And you will find ways to work for you if you don't already have any, or if you want to change them, or if you want to mix them up. So in the book, I have the emotional scale that is based on the Abraham Hicks model of the emotions and the different levels and where they sit. I've also added in there something called the consciousness level. So it's from David Hawkins, and there's a whole theory and the whole thing about it. So I'm not going to talk about it because I don't know enough about it. But the thing that I found interesting on that list is how desire was underneath anger. Now, here I am promoting desire, and apparently, according to this, it's underneath anger. I would think that desire feels a lot better than anger. But I think the way that I see this, desire from there would be where we are seeing ourselves in a place of lack. So it's like a way where we are looking at ourselves as not being good enough from where we are, that we are wanting something else in order to fix who we are. That's where I think that desire is coming from. Whereas where I see our desire and the way that we are wanting things, I see that more as in us embodying the truth of who we are, not doing it from a place of lack, but from a place of empowerment. But that's the emotion section. There's a lot more information that I've added to it, even though on the planner page it is literally just a couple of smiley faces and you just have to pick one. But it is a very important topic, but I think if you were here, you already know this stuff. So that's emotions. Let's get to the next section.